Hi everyone, it's Kiwi Simming here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you a significantly different video, as you can probably already tell judging by the fact that we're not in The Sims. No, we are actually in Photoshop because today I am filming a thumbnail tutorial. I have been asked to do this, someone asked me to do it on Tumblr, plus I figured like it might be fun. So yeah, we're doing a thumbnail tutorial today. This is going to be for like my creator sim slash LP style thumbnails. Let me just go through here and bring up some of my thumbnails that I'm talking about. Okay, so like similar to this, so you know how the sim has the outline around it and like the little shadow thingy and like all this fun stuff. We've also got it in the city living thumbnail, and yeah, just like this type of thumbnail is what we're going to be working with today. So yeah, I hope this helps some of you. I will just say right now that I am like the worst teacher you will ever come across in your entire life. I'm so bad at teaching people things. I'm the type of person that just assumes everyone knows what I'm talking about, but like you probably don't. So yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and create a random thumbnail today. I'm looking forward to it. So let's just jump on in. The first thing that I have here is a blank canvas, and the size of it, this is 1280 by 720 pixels, so it's like your standard thumbnail size. So yeah, you're gonna want to start off with just this. It's blank. I also have on another layer, I've just got this little border. I made this myself. I don't really remember how I did it, to be perfectly honest with you. I think I might have just like held down shift and like gone like this. Oh no, not even held down shift, I just went like this. And then I don't even know how I did this, so I can't teach you how to do the border, but I can teach you everything else. So we're gonna go ahead and open up some screenshots. I'm gonna use Sims 4 ones because they are easiest, but obviously it works the same for Sims 3. They're just easier to cut out in the Sims 4, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and use some Sims 4 screenshots. Let me just find some that I feel like using. I have a lot of screenshots of Sims, so it's just throw that out there. Okay, well, it doesn't even matter. Why am I being so picky? Okay, usually I go for 2, so we're just gonna use this sim here, and we're gonna go ahead. No, we're not gonna use that sim because I'm using that sim soon. We're just gonna use this sim here. So I'm gonna grab this screenshot and this one. I'm pretty sure I don't even like this sim. No, I don't even like this sim. I remember I created this sim and I was gonna upload it, and then I was like, actually I kind of hate her, so I didn't end up doing that. But just for the purpose of this tutorial, we're gonna use this sim that I despise. Okay, so we have 3 files open now. We have our blank, what's gonna be our thumbnail. We have picture 1 and we also have picture 2. So on picture 1, pretty much all we're going to do with like these files is just cut the sim out. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate the layer, and how you do that is you can either go image, duplicate, I think. No, that's not how you do it. Oh my god, I suck. How do I do it? How do I do it? Oh, it's in layer. Okay. So first of all, we're going to duplicate the layer. So to do that, we're going to go up here and we're going to select all, and then we're going to go to layer and we're going to duplicate the layer. And yeah, there are other ways to do this. You can also go, you can also like take it down here and just drag it onto this little button. That will duplicate the layer as well, but it doesn't really matter. Just you need a dupe of the layer. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to select the second layer, and we're just going to press on the background layer, we're just going to press this little eye thing so that it kind of hides the bottom layer because we don't need it. So all we're going to do to cut this sim out, I do recommend, by the way, you have a my voice is going funny. I do recommend you have a sim on a solid background. That's going to be easier to cut out. I'm not going to show you how to like cut out complicated things just because I'm not very good at it. Yeah, definitely recommend you have a solid background. For making this easy. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab our magic wand tool and we're pretty much just going to select all of the blank space. So that's over here, and we're going to hold down shift and select the next blank space, which is this one here, and pretty much just select all of the blank spaces. And it's very, very simple. All we're going to do is we're going to hit delete on our keyboard, and that's it. Like, that's your sim cut out. Look how amazing. Yeah, it's so easy. So yeah, we're going to do the same with this picture. So we're just going to go ahead and duplicate this layer, hide the bottom layer, take the magic wand tool, select all the blank spaces, and delete. So simple. Yeah, it won't be as easy if your background isn't like solid, or if your background has a color that like blends in with the sim. Because, okay, let me try and show you what will happen if you have like a background that's not different enough. Okay, so take this picture for example. As you can see, she's got a white shirt on and also a plain white background. So if we go ahead and try to grab the background, it's literally gonna select her shirt as well. So when it comes time to actually like cutting it out, that's what we're gonna get. So yeah, just to make life easy for yourself, try to pick colors that like are not gonna blend in together. Yeah, that makes life hard. Alrighty, so now that we have our two pictures, we're gonna go ahead and select all, and we're just gonna copy by going edit, copy, or you can hit Control-C if you want to be fancy. And then we're gonna go ahead and take it into our first document, and we're gonna go edit, and we're gonna paste it in. So yeah, that's our first picture, and we're going to do the same with the second one. I'm sorry, I'm so terrible at explaining things. I feel like I'm going too fast. I suck. Okay, and yeah, we're going to go ahead and paste this picture as well. So now that we have our pictures, I'm just going to hide this top layer to make my life easier. We're going to go ahead and resize this. Now to do that, you're just going to go ahead and hit Control-T. And that will bring you into free transform mode, so you can like just drag these things around and pretty much do whatever you freaking want. You can even like flip it. It's kind of cool. But let's just not do that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to make her smaller. So to do that, you hold down the shift key on your keyboard and you go to the top left or top right. I don't think it really matters. No, it doesn't. And you're just going to drag it down. This will like scale her, but it will do so to proportion. You have to be holding the shift key for this to work, by the way. Otherwise, if you just do it, it's going to like go like that. So yeah, make sure you're holding the shift key as you're dragging it, and yeah, it'll be good. So I'm going to resize her to about there. I don't really care that her buns are hidden. It's not that big a deal. And yeah, we're just going to do the same with this picture as well. So Control-T, and then hold down the shift key as you drag this down. And yeah, you can just move them around freely as well. It's pretty easy. This is actually really simple, guys. My thumbnails take like no work. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you can really see that, but the top sort of blend in with the background, so we do have a little bit of like a glitch here, but we're just gonna ignore it for the sake of this tutorial. But yeah, that's what happens when your backgrounds are too similar. Okay. So now we have this, and let's just bring up one of my things again so we can like compare. You know, we're kind of making progress. You can see how it's coming together, I suppose. Okay, but what we're going to do is, oh, I need to put the border, whatever. We're going to select our background color. Oh, what color do I do? Okay, whatever. We're going to go ahead and click on this background layer, and we're going to hit this little button right here. I really hope you can see like where I'm clicking. If not, that's kind of terrible. And we're going to go up here, which is gradient. It's the second one down. And yeah, so this is where I get the like, oh, you can't really see it in this thumbnail. Let me find another one. Where you get this little fade right here. So it goes from like this blue color and it just fades into white. Yeah, this is how you do it. So we're going to go ahead and select gradient, and then we're just going to select this one because this one is like obviously the dark into the white. Oh, I'm hiccuping. And then what you need to do to be able to select your own color is you simply just press the little black thingy here and you just select color, and you can literally choose whatever color you please. It's like totally up to you. So I tend to go for more like pastel-y colors for the background, so let's just go ahead and choose, well, not like necessarily pastel-y, but light colors I tend to go for. Yeah, let's just go for a we'll go for a pinky kind of color, because why not? Alright, so yes, we're gonna go ahead and then select OK, and yeah, that's how I get the background the way it is. If you want it to be like more white or more pink, all you need to do is, hold on, I should have showed you that slower. All you need to do is double click the little thingy here, select the gradient, and then just kind of drag these until it's how you like it. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Yeah, it's good, it's good. Okay, but I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it like that because that looks good. Okay, so next up we're gonna do the outlines and the little shadows, which are actually the easiest part, especially if you have your sim cut out like this. Like, yeah, it's so easy. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna select on one of the layers. We're gonna first choose this layer here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna right click on the layer and we're gonna go right up to blending options, which is the option right at the top. And yeah, you get all of the stuff that you can like play with, but the two things that I use are stroke and drop shadow. So first of all, I'm gonna go into stroke. This is what outlines the sim, as you can see. Yeah, and I'm gonna change that to white. I think I normally have it on like 3, but you can like literally have it as big or as small as you want it. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, I tend to keep it like pretty low. I'm pretty sure I keep it on the default, or maybe I take it up to 4. I don't. Let me see. No, I think it's just at 3. So yeah, that's how you get the white outline. It's super easy. That's like all you need to do. But yeah, the cooler part, which is the colored shadow thingy here, is what we're about to do. So in order to get this, you just go into drop shadow, and as you can see, when you first select it, it looks nothing like how I have my thumbnails, but like you just fiddle with these settings and you'll be good to go. So what we're going to do is we are first going to change the blend mode, which is the first thing up here. We're going to change that to normal, and we're going to set the opacity to 100, and we're also going to select the color. So to select your color, you just go into this right here. I usually do a few shades darker than the background, so I'm going to use the eyedrop tool and just eyedrop the background color and then just make it darker. Yeah, you can't really see it right now, but you will soon, I can assure you. And yeah, I don't really touch the angle, it's just kind of leave it as it is. It's not really, I mean, you can move it around if you wish, but I just tend to keep it the way it is. But yeah, the next 3 settings we have are distance, spread, and size. For spread, I have it all the way to 100, that's what makes it like solid. This is actually a little bit dark, so I'm just gonna lighten it a bit. There we go. So yeah, I have the spread set all the way to 100. And you can have your size and distance however you want it. Distance pretty much just like determines how far away from your like image it is. So you can have it like all the way over there if you want. Yeah, so that's cool. I tend to have it about like 15-ish, I think. Yeah, that looks about right, doesn't it? Yep. And then there's also size, which is obviously the size of the shadow. I don't really play with this one. I usually just do distance and spread. And yeah, that's about how I do it. So in order to copy the exact same settings onto this sim, we're going to right click the layer that we just worked on, which at the moment is called layer 5. You can name your layers if you want, but I can't be bothered, so I don't. We're going to right click layer 5 and we're going to hit copy layer style, and then we're going to click on our next layer, which is the layer with the picture that doesn't have any effects on it. We're going to right click it and we're going to hit paste layer style, and it will instantly put the shadows and stuff onto your second image. So that's good. I actually just kind of want to put this sim underneath that one. So to do that, you just drag the layer under it, and yeah, it's good. It's really simple. Okay, so what else do I do? Let's have a guess. Oh, the white circle. Okay, that's really easy. If you want to have the white circle like I do this sometimes I don't. It's kind of like whatever I'm feeling. Okay, so in order to do that, you just click on the gradient fill layer because you want the circle to go above the gradient, not like underneath it or anything, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. And then you're going to go down and select the ellipse tool. I think it might by default be a rectangle tool, but the way to change that is you simply just right click it and select ellipse tool, and yeah, you'll now be able to draw ellipses. So all I really do is draw like one giant one like this, and then I select the move tool and I just move it down here, and like that's pretty much it. As you can see, it's like the same on here. So yeah, it's so simple, so simple. Okay, so next up we have our text to do. So we're just going to go up to the top layer because we don't want the text to be hidden by anything, and we're going to, so we're going to select the top layer, which is layer 5. I mean, technically it's layer 4, but you guys won't have that. So yeah, we're going to hit the text button, which is 2 slots above the ellipse tool, and we're just going to press anywhere on the image, and we're going to type something. The font that I use is called Bubblegum. It's from defont.com if you want to download it. It's free, blah blah blah. Okay, so what should I write? Okay, let's just go ahead and type thumbnail tutorial. That's easy enough. Alright. So yeah, here we have our text, but as you can see, I tend to put like a shadow on it. Actually, you kind of can't see because it blends in with the clothing and stuff of this sim. But yeah, I put a shadow on it. So to do that, we're pretty much just going to do the exact same thing that we did for the images. And we're going to go and right click the text layer. We're going to go into blending options. We're first going to do a stroke, but we're going to do a black one this time. So yeah, we're just going to tick stroke, and I'm going to drag it to about 2 or maybe 1. We'll go 2. Yeah, so that's that. We're also going to go into drop shadow and do the exact same thing. The blend mode is going to be normal, the opacity is going to be 100, the spread is going to be 100%, and the distance, that's fine. Actually, I'm just going to bring the stroke down to 1 because that's a bit intense. And yeah, that's literally all that I do for the text. It's so simple. But to get it on an angle, you can just like hit Control T, which is the exact same thing that we used to shrink the Sims. And you can just like grab over here and rotate it a little bit or a lot. You can kind of do whatever. It's completely free. Yeah, I might also make this just a teeny tiny bit smaller because I'm currently at 178 font size, and that's a little bit big, so we're just going to drag that down a little bit. Cool. I'm happy with that. Yes. Okay. So now we have our borders, or not borders, but like our shadows and stuff. It's pretty cool. Next thing we're going to do is add a little bit of like color to it. So the way that I do this is kind of interesting. It's also kind of unique, so try not to rip this off completely. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select the layer between, what am I talking about? We're not going to select the text layer, but we are going to select the top layer of the images, which is layer 5, and we're going to go down to the exact same button that we used to select our gradient, and we're going to do gradient map, which kind of looks scary, I know. Yeah, that's terrifying. Anyway, and yeah, we're going to go up and click this thing right here. I have a preset for mine, which is just this like really light purple and white. So yeah, it looks scary right now, I know, but it's going to get better, I promise. From here, I go to change the layer style, which is up here. I change it from normal to soft light, and I set the opacity to about 50. So yeah, that's what gets the kind of pinky tone in my thumbnails. Again, please try not to like totally rip this whole thing off. I don't want to see like thumbnails that are identical to mine all over YouTube. That would not be good. But yeah, So you can adjust it, you can drag it down more if you wish. Also, you can play with colors if you want. Like, you don't have to do this little purple tone. You can also kind of, you could do like, well, maybe don't do green because that looks weird. You can do like oranges, you can do like browns, you can literally do anything. And it just adds this like different kind of effect. I actually kind of like that. Wow, that's kind of cool. Yeah, you can do anything, it honestly doesn't matter. Just play around until you're happy with it, and that's, yeah. And after we do that, what we're going to do is we're also going to go down to this again, and we're going to hit selective color, which is right at the bottom. And yeah, I think by default you'll be on reds, but we're going to go ahead and select the color 2 blacks, and we're just going to drag black up a little bit. Now what this does is like intensifies the blacks a little bit, which I like the look of. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And from there I just go back down to this little button. It's like a half moon kind of thing, and go to levels, and then I just play with the levels a little bit until it's how I like it. So yeah, we can lighten it and like do all this stuff. So that's kind of cool, and I'm happy with that. Yes, I like how that looks. I don't like the sim though, I do have to just point that out. I'm not a fan of the sim. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I do for my thumbnails. I feel like I'm missing something. I mean, I know I'm missing the border, but I don't know how to show you guys how to do the border, so I'm not really... Oh, I don't know. Let me just have a look. No, we're pretty much bang on. If you want these little lines, or literally all you do is just draw them. So go down here, create a new layer, just select a paintbrush, one that's like about 15 pixels in size and 100% hardness, and then just like draw. It takes me like half an hour to do these because I can never get them looking nice. Yep, just whatever, I don't care. It's all good. Oh my god, my throat made a weird noise. But yeah, that's pretty much how I do my thumbnails. I hope this helps you somewhat. I'm not very good at explaining things, I know. I never have been. I'm not a good teacher. That's why I'm never going into education. But since this was requested, I did figure I would do it. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and got something out of it. If you need me to explain anything, please feel free to either comment or come to my Tumblr and message me, or just whatever. If you need help with anything in particular that I didn't explain, except the border, because I honestly don't remember how I did that. But yeah, hopefully this wasn't too confusing, and yeah, make sure you give this a thumbs up if it helped you or if you enjoyed it. And of course, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!